Deputy President Paul Mashatile has firmly denied explosive claims made before the Matlanga Commission, dismissing allegations of any connection to alleged underworld figure Vusimuzi Ket Matlala is categorically untrue. The allegations surfaced during testimony by Sergeant Fani Nkosi, who told the commission that Matlala had urgently requested his bank card shortly before a purported meeting involving Mashatile and suspended Police Deputy Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya. However, Nkosi conceded under questioning that he could not verify the intended purpose of the bank card, nor confirm whether it was in any way linked to Mashatile. In a strongly worded response, Mashatile rejected the claims outright, stating he has no knowledge of Matlala or any of the individuals named in the testimony. His office further pointed to what it described as a critical flaw in the allegations. At the time the alleged meeting was said to have occurred, the Deputy President was out of the country. Of significance is that Deputy President does not know the individuals referenced in the testimony and has never had any association or dealings with them. Of greater significance is that Deputy President was out of the country at the time that Mr. Matlala purportedly met with him or intended to do so. The office argued that this timeline contradiction renders the claims not only misleading but factually impossible. Despite the emphatic denial, Mashatile struck a measured tone, reaffirming his willingness to cooperate fully with the Commission's work. He indicated that he stands ready to provide any clarification required as the inquiry continues. The developments add another layer of intrigue to the proceedings of the Matlanga Commission, where testimony continues to probe alleged links between criminal networks and individuals in positions of authority.
But we just talk on general or normal things. I am not sure if it was December or January 2024 or 2025, I was asked by Stembiso Msibi, the son of Jotamu Msibi, to go and collect the jet ski, a scooter dam from Mr. Ket Matlala. I then went there somewhere in Limpopo. As he said, jet ski belonged to his late father, Mr. Mswazi. On my arrival, I found him when I got there. That is Mr. Matlala. Then I took it away, but later on that week, he phoned me telling me he is looking for the card and a driver's license that he left in the dash of a jet ski by the time he called me. I was busy, I could not take it to him or let him come to the office as I was not there. He then never called me again on that day. I think after 3 minutes, he called me again telling me that he needs a card agent as he was going to meet with the Deputy President Paul Mashatile. Then he met and then he will meet General Sibiya after that. I then took pictures of the said card. It was black in color.
Meanwhile, Deputy President Paul Mashatile has denied knowing that his children are benefiting from irregularly awarded government tenders. This comes after DA Member of Parliament Mark Buke said on Thursday that it seemed as if where there is smoke, there is a questionable fire detection and suppression contract, and said when it comes to black economic empowerment, is the 49 million rand Gauteng hospital contract awarded to your children. No further proof that BEE stands for Biased Elite Empowerment. In his response, Mashatile said he was not sure what Buke was talking about and did not know what contract he was referring to. And said, let me say this, Honorable Speaker, what we do as government is to ensure that when we empower people, we do it properly. No corruption, no favoritism anywhere. If there are children of the deputy president, somewhere who are favored by some government department. I will oppose it myself if I find out that there is such a thing. At the moment, honorable member, there's no legal or irregular contract which was ever allocated to my children that I know of. If you do have information, you can come and give it to me. Responding earlier to the main question posed by ANC member Malusi Gigaba, Mashatile said Triple BE has opened doors for many previously disadvantaged people, and said since 2021 to date, 94 billion rand has been invested in black-owned enterprises, with 72 billion rand in skills development and 600 billion rand in shared transactions. But of course, compliance remains a challenge. He mentioned that he did not wish to boast about the figures. As government, we must ensure the investment benefits as many people as possible. We are now strengthening regulation and stricter rules to ensure compliance. We must move from compliance to delivery, align Triple BE with district development model, but also localization, industrialization, and empowerment that reaches both urban and rural communities. Mashatile said there was a need to strengthen enforcement against practices like fronting, and said it's critical to combat because it is economic sabotage. Empowerment efforts must be concrete, be reflected in job creation, establishment of enterprises, and opening of markets, and significant involvement of women, youth, and people with disabilities. The PA Alliance Member of Parliament Daniels said they understood the uncomfortable truth that fronting is real, and said to what extent Mashatile accepted fronting and compliance-driven deal making have weakened the transformation impact of BEE, and what steps are being taken to redirect BEE to brand-based participation rather than narrow group of beneficiaries. In response, Mashatile said the Triple BEE framework was reviewed to deal with the problem of fronting. And that I did say earlier that I likened it to economic sabotage. If people are fronting, it means they are not really part of the economy. They are not doing the work. They are not building any businesses. They are sitting somewhere, but their names are used. In fact, it must be a crime that is treated seriously. He said that as the view of the empowerment framework was undertaken, legislation must be tightened to ensure that strong penalties are imposed to deter people from being tempted to get involved in fronting, and that we want people to run real businesses and ensure we can measure that they run businesses and not do desktop analysis and say there are many blacks involved and own businesses and we don't see it. We need to see those businesses. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.